Hello everyone, welcome to my channel NomadsBits. Today we are going to cover topics like serial communication, dumb terminals that these topics or terms that are heavily used in third generation computer. So let's start this. So what do you mean by serial communication? Serial communications means sending data one bit at a time over a serial communication line like wire, channel or cable. Think of it like cargoes going one by one through a single lane tunnel. Opposite is parallel communication, where many bits are sent at the same time, like many lanes on a highway. What are serial communication line? These are the physical wire cables or circuit traces used to transmit and receive data in serial form. Usually two main lines, which is no one is TX transmit line, which is used for sending data, and another one is RX, which is known as receive line, used for receiving data, plus ground, and sometimes extra control line, that is RTS, CTS in RS-232. Example, old third generation computer connected to keyboard monitors and terminals, which is terminals to mainframe using serial lines like RS-232 standard. This means when you typed on a keyboard, the characters went bit by bit to the computer. The computer then sent text back to the terminal over another serial line. Why serial line instead of parallel? Needs fewer wires, cheaper and smaller, is simpler, and works over long distance. Parallel suffers from noise and timing issue. Perfect for devices like keyboards, monitors, printers, and terminals. So these are the reasons that why we use serial instead of parallel line. Example from third generation: when you had a terminal keyboard plus CRT screen connected to a mainframe, the keyboard keystroke were sent over a serial line bit by bit. The mainframe output character was sent back to a terminal screen over another screen line. And what I mean when I say not connected to the CPU. Today, keyboard is physically connected to your computer motherboard, which has a CPU, RAM, etc. Even if wireless, the signal is processed inside the same machine that runs your program. Back in third generation computer, the CPU, mainframe or mini computer was in large cabinet, often in another room. The keyboard did not plug directly into the CPU box. Instead, you interacted with the CPU through a terminal, a separate device. Now we have another term like what is terminal? A terminal in that era was an input-output device, simply an input-output device whose only job was to let a human communicate with big computers. A terminal usually had keyboard for input, output could be a CRT screen or a printer in teletypes, electronics to convert key press to a serial data and send them to a main computer. Terminals were not computers. They could not process or store programs. They are basically remote control panels for the main computer. How it's all connected? Here's a chain. Keyboard plus CRT slash printer, which is known as terminal. Terminal electronics connected to mainframe or mini computer CPU via serial cable. So the terminal sent your keystroke as data to the CPU. The CPU processes them and sends result back. The terminal displays the result on screen or printed them. And we often have the terms like dumb terminals. A dumb terminal was a device used in third generation computers that had no CPU, no memory, no storage, no software on its own, could only send keystroke from the keyboard to the central computer, could only display characters from the mainframe or mini computer on its screen, usually a CRT. That's why it's called dumb, because it could not process anything on its own. All the thinking, processing, calculation, running programs was done by the central computer, which is known as mainframe computer. So component of a dumb terminal is keyboard for user input, type commands, CRT screen, monitor to show text results from the central computer, communication interface, usually a serial line RS-232 to connect to the mainframe or mini computer. No disk drives, no CPU, no operating system inside it. Examples are: imagine a bank in the 1970s. A teller type customer account number on the dumb terminal. The terminal sends those keystrokes to the mainframe computer in the basement. The mainframe looks up the data and sends back to the account balance. The dumb terminal just displays the balance on the screen. It does not compute it. Difference from smart terminals. Later smart terminals were developed, which had a small CPU and memory to handle local editing, buffering, sometimes simple tasks like form filling, but dumb terminals were purely input-output devices. So in short, a dumb terminal equals to keyboard plus screen, and hence no brain, fully dependent on the central computer. So these are the terms: dumb terminal, terminals, and serial lines, which is related to the third generation computer. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you.